had a 360 frontside pop shove. First, you want to place your index finger in the middle of the board and your middle finger on the edge of the tail that's closest to you. Next, you want to use your middle finger to push the tail of the board away from you, which will cause the board to rotate towards you. Make sure to push down on the tail when you do this so that your front wheels come up, because this will make it much easier to spin the board. While your index finger doesn't really do anything when it comes to doing a simple 360 front shove, learning to keep it on the board as the board spins is really going to help with doing a proper 360 frontside pop shove and keep it flat in the air so that it doesn't flip over. The key to this trick is to not think so much about scooping the tail against the ground to get it to spin, and instead focusing on popping the tail against the ground to get it into the air. Another trick that can help with the pop is to have your middle finger on the edge of the tail that's closest to you. This will naturally make the board want to spin away from you more, so you can make sure that you're getting a solid pop of the tail against the ground. The finger positioning is super important for this trick, because having our middle finger on the edge of the board that's closest to us is going to make the board want to flip like a kick flip when we pop. And having our index finger in the middle of the board is going to make the board want to flip like a heel flip, so the two cancel each other out and keep the board flat in the air, which is really going to help us for the next part of this trick. I've seen some tutorials that say you want to apply pressure onto your index finger, but whenever I try that, I always end up doing a laser flip. Instead, I like to think of it as if you're popping the board into your index finger and then using your hand to follow the board in the air so that your index finger never leaves the grip tape. One trick that helped me a lot with keeping my index finger on the board the entire time was to point down as the board starts to rotate. This will prevent the board from flipping like a laser flip, because we're doing the opposite motion and flicking our index finger more like a kick flip. If you're having trouble getting the board to do the full frontside 360 shove, you can use your index finger to get the board to spin faster. By hooking your index finger on the nose of the board, you can pull your index finger towards you, getting the board to wrap around your finger and complete the 360 rotation. But 60 seconds isn't long enough for me to explain everything, so check out the full tutorial on my YouTube, link in bio.